The leaderboards have been a very important part of Nitro Type, not only in the competitive scene, but in general as well. It has brought many of the key players we know today to the community. As of January 10th, 2021, the top player season leaderboards were removed for good. Even the Hall of Fame we all know and loved back then was instantly ripped from our hands. This brought a lot of controversy among the community and led many players to quit the game. Everyone had their different opinions about it, but it was looking good because it forced people to end the unhealthy activity they were pulling. But what if all this didn't happen? Today, I'm going to sort of theorize what would happen if the leaderboards weren't removed. Let's get started. Before I start the video, I just wanted to say that I'm a little sick, so excuse my raspy voice. This will also be the last video before I take a week-long break because I'm going on vacation. I also want to take this moment to appreciate how much support I've been getting and how fast this channel has grew. So thank you. Anyways, let's actually get started. So first, what are the leaderboards? Well, it's kind of self-explanatory, but it's basically a list of all the players that we have been most active in the season, starting from 1st to 100. How you rank up is by racing and earning as many points as you can during the season, which lasts about a month or two before a new season starts. Each season gets more and more competitive as time goes on, so it gets harder and harder to try to earn a good spot on the leaderboards. But it came to a point that will change the competitive scene forever. Many people were doing hundreds, if not more than 1,000 races a day, only to obtain at least a top 10. This means that they had to spend hours at a time just sitting and typing. And most of them, if not all, mostly spent their time focusing on getting as many races in as possible, instead of actually trying to get faster or improve in any way. Not to mention the bots and cheaters that were also actively on the leaderboards. Improving typing was ultimately the point of the game and what Nitro Type was trying to move players to be like, so they were removed. Many people did not like this massive change, because it was really the only reason they would log in every day. But some did like this change. It meant that more people would be recognized for their speed and accuracy, rather than activity. This meant a new start to the game itself, but other things were implemented into the game to basically substitute for the leaderboards. Now that you have a bit of context, let's theorize what would happen if they were not removed. As we know, the leaderboards progressively got more and more difficult to place on, because more and more people were on the site. We all know that people would do hundreds of races a day to place on them. So would this mean that people would be willing to go even more active and go above and beyond and take the activity to the next level? Could a human even average more than 1,000 races each and every day without stopping, only to maintain a high spot on the leaderboards? Well, honestly, I do not know anyone who would have the courage to do so, and it's a pretty scary thought to think if there was. Another thought to consider is, how many cheaters would there be? Considering how many bots are active in the current days of Nitro Type, they just seem to not stop. Imagine how many other bots would be active if the leaderboards were still a thing. This can also tie in with account shares. But the question is, will the admins care more about banning botters in the leaderboard? Well, interesting as it is, they probably will. Ever since the removal of the leaderboards, the admins banning botters or cheaters has become more rare and harder to get them banned. If the leaderboards did exist, a lot of stuff wouldn't exist also. All the fan-made leaderboard spreadsheets, the badges except for the top 3, Hall of Fame badges, 24-hour leaderboards, Hall of Fame, and the 7-day leaderboards, those would still be there. The Hall of Fame was a major part of the game back then, and it consisted of categories that show the top 3 all time for the individual categories. It consisted of most active, fastest racers, longest session, etc. As I said last time, this would still exist today. Let's take the longest session for example. The highest session ever completed before they were removed was done by a person named of I represented, with a total of over 10,000 races. The highest session in the current day was done by King Legend, with over 17,000 races. Obviously, that was not done legitly, and it still stands today for some reason. All in all good things come to an end, and even if it was good for the game, the community was the one to blame for this. The point wasn't to give your life to the leaderboards, or kill yourself just to be at the top. The point was for friendly competition, and to learn to type while having fun. That's about it for this video. Sorry it was pretty short, and I hope you enjoyed. If you want more videos like this, then make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.